what would your nightmare be?
What would mine?
Yeah. What would you see behind the hotel room door if you were in there?
Oh God, that's quite a revealing question, isn't it? Because it's like your darkest fear.
Yeah, that's my opening question. What's your darkest fear, Karen?
Oh my God, right. I have never even considered this. I don't know. I really don't. I know that I have a recurring nightmare, where I have a baby, and it sometimes I'll drop it and it'll just smash into little pieces. So it's kind of like a baby made up of brittle bones, and I've been trusted with this baby, or it's been my own baby that I've had, and it just crushes up and I break it, and it's the most horrendous thing ever. And that is one that I've had for many years, actually, that just pops up every so often.
Right.
But as for my darkest fear, I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one.
What do you think that dream means?
I don't know. I've looked it up many times.
Having children, or a fear of...
I don't know if it's that literal, actually. Maybe it's fear of the responsibility I have, or it's, I don't know.
If you're given something precious and delicate, you'll break it.
Yes, yeah, maybe it's something like a metaphor for that. I don't know. I have looked it up a few times, but apparently it's a fairly common dream, having dreams about babies, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's anything maternal or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just kind of having something that you're supposed to look after and wrecking it.
Oh, good one.
Oh God, this is a dark interview.
Karen Gillan's darkest ever.
Yeah.
Well, what do you make of this particular episode? Because it's kind of tucked away towards the end of the series, but it deals with some quite big
issues.
Yeah, faith and...
yeah, I mean, I really love this episode because it finally, for the first time properly, it feels like it deals with what happened to Amy when she was a little girl and the night she waited.
Yeah.
We revisit that, and we see behind Amy's door the little version of herself on the night that she waited all night for her magic man to come back, and he didn't. And that is Amy's darkest fear, that feeling. So when she walks into that room and she sees that, and then the doctor is sort of forced to confront it, and it's for the first time they actually talk truthfully about it, and they're being honest with each other, and it's almost like a confession. It's going to change everything, I think, in terms of their relationship. Basically, I read the script and thought, I really, really want to play the 57-year-old version of Amy.
Yeah.
Like, because I really just feel like, I know Amy, and so I really wanted to do it. And they were talking about getting an older actress in and all of these things. And I was like, please let me do it. So they gave me a prosthetics test, and it actually looked convincing on camera. So they were like, okay then, all right, let's do this. And then I had to work out how to play a 57-year-old. Which involved a lot of work. I worked really hard on that.
I suppose it's harder than playing a really, maybe if you were to play like a 70 or 80-year-old, there's certain characteristics. 57's a hard one to pitch, isn't it? It's kind of neither here nor there. Yeah. Like, your voice isn't going to be like completely transformed. Yeah. It's just going to be ever so slightly different. And so I went to a voice coach and I went to a movement coach. I found out exactly what happens to the voice to 57, like by the time you get to 57. What does happen?
It just lowers in the register slightly. We talked about everything. Like, we talked about the menopause. Just like everything. And also just in terms of what happens in the story, how that would physically affect it. And also even, not interacting with any other humans. After a while, do you start to sound quite robotic? Yeah. If that's all you've listened to for 36 years. So that was something to take on board. She could be quite void of emotion. And then with the movement coach, obviously she fights robots, and she's a survivor. So we wanted her to be quite like ninja, not a ninja, more like what are they called? Samurai sort of people?
Yeah, samurai sort of.
Yeah, those sort of
fighters.
Yeah, fighters.
Yeah.
Samurai fighters.
Yeah. Warriors.
Yeah, warriors. Yeah, with the gracefulness.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get that in there.